In this lesson you learn how to convert units of length. Now to convert kilometers to meters, you have to multiply by 1,000. Let's look at an example. Let's say I give you 2 kilometers and I ask you to convert it into meters. How would you do that? You take 2 and multiply by 1,000 and you get 2,000. So now you have converted kilometers to meters. If you were supposed to convert meters to centimeters, you multiply by 100. Once again, let's say I ask you to convert 20 meters to centimeters. What you need to do is take that 20 and multiply by 100. So that gives you 2,000 centimeters. So what we are saying is 20 centimeters is equal to 2,000 centimeters. And if you are supposed to convert centimeters to millimeters, you multiply by 10. So these are called conversion factors. You have to remember these. And let's look at one example for centimeters, conversion of centimeters to millimeters. Let's say if I gave you 12 centimeters and asked you to convert it to millimeters, you take the 12, you multiply by 10, because 10 is the conversion factor of converting centimeters to millimeters. So 12 times 10 is 120. So 12 centimeters is equal to 120 millimeters. Now what if you had a value or length in millimeters and I asked you to convert it into centimeters? So you're going backwards. So now instead of multiplying, you'll be dividing by 10. So let's say, for example, you had 17 millimeters and you are now supposed to convert that to centimeters. All you have to do is take 17 and divide by 10, because once again, divide by 10, that's the conversion factor from millimeters to centimeters. Now dividing by 10 is quite easy. All you need to do is move the decimal point. In a whole number, where is the decimal point? It is always at the end. So the decimal point is right there. So if you divide, you take the decimal point towards the left, so it will end up there. So that number will become 1.7, and we have converted millimeters to centimeters. And once again, similarly, if you are changing a length from centimeters to meters, now you have to do the reverse of that. So you have to divide by 100, and hence meters to kilometers, you have to divide by 1,000. Let's have a look at this question where we are asked to convert 5 kilometers to millimeters. So if you look at this particular diagram that we have made, you're going from there and to there, to millimeters. So what you need to do is take the 5 kilometers, you have to multiply by 1,000, then multiply by 100, and then multiply by 10 to get to millimeters. Or simply you could multiply by a number that has got all these zeros. So you got 3 zeros there, 2 zeros there, and 1 zero. This is a total of 6 zeros. So you can multiply by 3 zeros from there, 2 zeros from 100, and 1 zero from the 10. So you're actually multiplying by a million. So 5 multiplied by a million is 5 million. So 5 kilometers is equivalent to 5 million millimeters. Let's say now you have this question where you are supposed to convert a length that is in millimeters to kilometers. So what we need to do is take that value of 200, and if you come back to this diagram, if you are supposed to convert millimeters to centimeters, you will divide by 10. And then if you divide by 100, it will convert to meters. And then if you divide by 1,000, it will convert to kilometers. So that's what we're going to do. In your calculator, you can very simply divide by 10, get an answer by pressing equal, divide by 100 again, press equal again, and then divide by 1000, press equal, and you'll get the answer in kilometers. Or in simple, if you want to do it in one step, so you'll divide by a number that has got 1 0 from there, another 2 zeros from there, and 3 zeros from there, and that equals 6 zeros, which is a million. So you'll be dividing by a million. So 200 divided by a million. Now how do you divide a number by multiples of tens? You move the decimal point to the left. Or to start off, what I can do is put some zeros in front of 2, so I can know where exactly the 0 will land, and start moving the decimal point 6 times to the left. Why 6 times? Because the number million, 1 million, has got 6 zeros. So if you move it once, it goes there, twice, 3 times, 4, 5, 6. So it will end up there. So you'll have 0.0002. Converting units of mass is much simpler than converting units of length, because we deal with just one number, and that is 1000. So if you have a ton, and if you want to convert that into kilogram, you simply multiply by 1000. And if you have a kilogram and you want to convert it into a gram, you multiply by 1000. And once again, if you have a gram and you want to convert it into a milligram, you multiply by 1000 again. So the number involved here is just 1000 all across, from ton to kilogram to gram to milligram. Now there's one thing you need to notice, and that is, if you have a bigger unit like the ton, and if you're moving towards a smaller unit which is kilograms, then you multiply. But if you've got a smaller unit like kilogram, and if you are converting it into a ton, then you divide. Same with milligram. Milligram is smaller than gram. If you have got milligrams, and if you are converting it into grams, you divide by 1000. And if you have grams, you're converting into kilograms, once again you divide by 1000. So that actually is quite simpler compared to converting units of length, because here we just got one number to deal with, and that is 1000. Let's look at an example. If you have got, let's say you got 3 kilograms, and you want that converted into milligrams. So we are here, and we're getting all the way, or we're going all the way to there. So we're going to multiply by 1000, and then we're going to multiply by 1000 again. So you can take the 3 in your calculator, multiply by 1000, get an answer, and then multiply by 1000 again. Or if you want to do it in one step, then you have to multiply by a number that has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros, which is a million. So you have to multiply by, that's alright. So you take 3 and you multiply by a million, and you get 3 million milligrams.